Hello all, welcome back to Learning Partner. If you are new, please do subscribe. This is another channel where you can directly connect with me. We have around 1000 plus members already who are working. We take live coding sessions and everything. To just get notified about those sessions, please do join this group and check out this website also where you can find so many project ideas with live version, proper flow, diagram and APIs and documentation and all. Now let's start with the video. For now, let me just explain what I have to explain, then we can take the questions. Okay. Now, so if we talk about software development, so previously when let's say software development was come into the picture, so everyone has at least done at least from the engineering or the MCA or BCA background. So they might have heard the word waterfall model. So waterfall model was, it is the basic. Okay. Let's say we are going to develop a software. Whatever the software requirements are, that is very clear. Like these are the things we have to develop. So this is the first image. Like, so in the left side, you can see waterfall. So first we will gather all the requirement. Then we will prepare the design and the documentation. Then we will start the development process actually. Once the development is complete, means whole software. Okay. I'm not talking about small part. Requirement, we will gather everything, complete software requirement we will gather. Then we will start on the design process. Uh, Sound is clear, I think, right? Everyone, let me just, please just confirm if I'm properly audible. Okay, fine. Those who are not able to hear, please check your mic or something. Okay. So requirement, then design phase will consider like flow diagram and everything, data models and everything will come into the design. Once design is completed, then we will start the actual development, the development phase, third phase. Once total development is done, means almost software is ready, then we will give it to the testing. Once testing is done, after testing, if we found out some issues or bugs, we will fix them. Again, it will go to the testing. Then once testing is properly done, then we will deploy it and the maintenance process. This was the previous design strategies or development strategies what we used to use, where requirement is clear. Means it is not like in current era we are not using waterfall model. We use waterfall model nowadays also, but if the software requirement is well clear or well structured, means whatever client need is clear, then only we can go for this. Okay. Still we divide the task also, because at a one go we cannot deliver everything, so we have to divide it. Okay. So even though if we have to follow the waterfall model, still we need to divide the work, because if we know whole software we have to create, if we keep everything in our mind, it will be very difficult to prioritize the task. So we divide the task. Let's say for 1 month we will take up this section, then this model, then this model, like that we will divide. But again, how we divide, right? How we used to divide the software development phase, or how we decide, how we used to cut down the modules, right? Let's say, just just an example I'm considering. Let's say we have a school ERP software. Okay, we are trying to build a application for schools application. Okay, so what kind of major module we might have? Let's say teacher, student, exam, fees, result, like that. Okay, another like events or something might be there. So these are the various module we can divide. Then let's say in the first page we will complete the teacher, then in next month we will start with the student, like that we will divide the whole software into some part, so that we can focus properly on a particular part. Okay, rather than starting whole project at a time, right? So we will divide it. So whatever we used to divide this, so after waterfall there was a spiral or something name was there, but nowadays all those model got converted into agile. Okay, so a uniformity and a proper way of project deployment, progress, everything we get in the agile. So what do we know from the agile is, whatever we used to divide it, we used to divide it and then we used to work it, right? So same thing in the agile framework, what we do, we have several terms. Let me just explain the several terms. let's say school app is the software we have. So what now in Agile, client also plays the role. Okay. Client is also plays some role. So what client with does, either client, if client is very educated, he will understand everything, or he will hire someone that we call as a business analyst, BA. Okay. Or if they don't have the BA, we will provide a BA to them. Okay. So the work of BA will be, he will create tickets. Okay. He will create tickets. Now, what will be the tickets? Let's say whatever we design, right? We will divide the application into some modules. So what are the various pages? Let's say if we talk about school app, so teacher, student, result, exam, what not, right? So we will create a tickets. Business analyst will create the tickets. Okay. We call it as a backlog. Okay. So backlog is a, consider backlog as a bucket. Okay. BA business analyst will create all the tickets in some process, in some project. BA will create the ticket. All client also can create the tickets. Fine. So he will create all the tickets, and all those ticket he will put it in the backlog. Okay. So once let and considering school app, he won't create all the tickets. He will create the ticket just for some, let's say 1 month or 2 months. Okay. Like what he need in the current month. He will create the tickets and he will put that in the tickets in the backlog. Okay. So let's say in the backlog, client or BA has created 30 tickets. Okay. Tickets mean nothing but task. Okay. Let's say inside 30 ticket, what he has achieved is, let's say some tickets related to teacher module plus login and authentication plus let's say student something, some tickets from the student module. So in this 30 tickets, some tickets are from teacher module, login module, and the student module. So he has created 30 tickets. Then after BA, client is the one row, then BA is the another row. Then we have a role that is Scrum Master. Okay. So Scrum Master is a person who will actually lead the project. So most of you, those are not familiar with Agile, they might be having understanding like manager lead the project. Yeah, manager lead the project, but it in terms of technical concept, right? But as a whole project, as a whole team, who will lead it? Scrum Master. So Scrum Master will lead the project. He will talk to everyone. Normally, what type of teams we have? API. Okay. Then we have UI team. Then we, so in some project, sorry, first API, UI, then QA team. Okay. Now these are very basic. In every project, we will have API one means backend developer, UI team, technology can be anything, right? And QA means tester. In some project, the project which are very big, there we will have DB team also. Okay. They will be responsible to handle all the operation related to DB. Means if you have to create new table, API developer won't create, DB team will create. If you need to insert one column or if you need to insert some data, you need to ask DB team. Okay. In a bigger project. After DB team, we have to deploy it also somewhere. So now from last, let's say 5 to 6 years, we have new team that is DevOps. Okay. So these are the various teams we have: API, UI team, QA team, DB team, and DevOps team. These are the most 5 teams we have. We can see in every project from mid scale to large scale. In small project or in small company, you won't have DB and the developer. The work of API development, API team will does the work of DB and DevOps also. But if it is a proper project, client is also proper, he is paying proper money. So we will have a separate DB team and separate DevOps team. Fine. So these are the various teams. So every team will have separate developer. So all the teams should work as a complete team. Who manage that? Scrum Master manage that. So API team will also have a manager. UI team will also have a manager. QA team also will have a manager. Same like DB and DevOps also. Okay. And again, under manager, we will have separate team lead also. Then we come as a developer. So that is the structure we normally have. Fine. So Scrum Master plays a role to hold this whole team, and they should work as a complete team as a together. So that is the responsibility of Scrum Master. So he drives all the team. He makes sure that our project gets completed within specific timeline, whatever the timeline we have suggested to the client. Okay. So now what Scrum Master does? So as we have taken the scenario, so client or BA has created 30 tickets and he has put that 30 ticket in the backlog. Means he has created 30 ticket and he had put that in a backlog. Means our bucket. Now let's say we are starting the project. So let's say from 5th August we are going to start the project. So now here comes the next term, that is sprint. Okay. So what is sprint? So sprint is nothing but a duration of some particular days. Means I said like in 1 month we will complete this. In next month we will complete this. For each month we will choose particular module in the waterfall, right? So just like that, sprint is kind of a word where we decide like how many days we will have a sprint. In that particular sprint we will choose some ticket from this backlog and we will work on that sprint. Okay. So sprint will be nothing but a specific duration. Okay. Now in every company and in every project, days will change. So in some project they will start 2 week sprint, or someone will create 1 month sprint. Means a sprint will be of 1 month, or in some project 1 week sprint might be there. Okay. Based on the project requirement or based on the work we have, we will create a sprint like that. Means Scrum Master will does that. So as you is, let's say for the example we are considering, let's say our Scrum Master decided to have a sprint of 2 weeks. Okay. Now what Scrum Master will does, let's say from 5th August we are going to start the sprint. So this is the first week and this is the second week. So for this 2 week we have, for this sprint we are decided like these are the working days. Means this and this. Okay. So we have around 14 work day, 14 working days. So now out of these 30 tickets, how much tickets we can complete in this 15 days? Okay. Scrum Master will now, Scrum Master knows everything, like who is working out of 14 days, out of the all the UI team, how many teams are working, how many leaves are there. So starting the before starting the sprint, we have to specify the leaves also. If you are in a small company, na, you might be having habit like in the before starting your day, you might be dropping a mail like, "Yeah, I'm not coming today." But when you are working in agile methodology, you need to specify your leaves before starting the sprint. Means let's say your sprint is going to start from the next week. So whatever the leaves you are going to need, you need to explicitly tell them apart from the sick leave, because we cannot be sure about the sick leave. But if it is planned leave, you need to specify upfront. So like that, Scrum Master will plan our work. So let's say for 15 days, out of this 30 ticket, he will take first, uh, let's say first 12 tickets he has selected for this sprint according to the importance of the tickets, like login page he will create, user registration, whatever the basic things he think like these are the tickets we can deliver in this sprint. So for this first sprint, we will Scrum Master has selected 12 ticket. Okay. So he has created the sprint. Before starting the sprint, we will have a sprint meeting, or someone call it as a grooming call. So the word grooming we already know, to know about something. So Scrum Master said like we are going to take these 12 tickets for development in this particular sprint. So in sprint meeting, or another word I forgot. So normally we call it as a grooming. So in grooming or the before sprint, or sorry, sprint planning. Okay. Not the sprint meeting, sprint planning. So these are the synonyms. Okay. Someone will call it as a sprint planning or someone will call it as a grooming call. So in grooming call or sprint planning, what we do, we discuss these tickets. Okay. You will be given specific 1 or 2 days time to just analysis all the tickets, come up with the questions you have. Okay. come up with the questions you have. UI team will analyze their ticket, API team will analyze their ticket, DB team will check like what DB changes they have to do, right? Like this. So we analysis all the ticket. So basically in this call, what we does analysis of all the ticket of those 12 tickets. We discuss questions or queries we have. So in some project, client also take part in this, because if we have any question, who can answer better? Obviously client, because he knows the project, or BA also. Okay, whatever the knowledge client has, BA should have the same, because client cannot be taking part in every call. So that's why we have the BA. He knows everything, all the project guidelines, business logic, everything he will be understanding. So in sprint planning, we brainstorm all those 12 ticket. What are the possible solution? What are the difficulties or any challenges we are going to face? We discuss everything. Okay. So once we finalize, let's say Scrum Master has selected 12 ticket, but after discussion with the development, they said like 12 tickets, it is not possible within 2 weeks. So after sprint planning also, we might reduce to 10 tickets only. Okay. So after analysis, we come to know like we cannot deliver 12 ticket, but we can deliver only 10 ticket. Okay. So now in this per sprint, and every sprint will have some name also. Okay. So based on the project name, Scrum Master, we use Jira. So in Jira, we can create everything, whatever we are discussing now, we can create everything in the Jira. So we create a sprint. In that sprint, we select the whatever the task we have. Okay. So after sprint planning or grooming call, we decided like we are going to go with the 10 tickets only. So Scrum Master will create the sprint. Inside that, let's say we will name it as sprint one only. Scrum Master, he will create sprint in Jira tool. Okay. So those who are not familiar with Jira, just watch any YouTube video or just Google also, you will get understanding. Okay. Jira is a project management tool. Now, Scrum Master will, what he will does, he will create a sprint in Jira and he will include 10 tickets, whatever we have decided. Okay. So on 5th August, he will start the sprint. So before starting, uh, as we decided, like in API team, also there UI team. So respective team lead or manager, they will assign the ticket. So once Scrum Master start the ticket before starting, okay, team lead will assign ticket to developer. Okay. So I'm just going to discuss one ticket. Let's say we have a login page. This is a one ticket. Ticket, let's say 001. Okay. So now in this ticket, this is a ticket. But inside this ticket, we are going to need API work also, UI work also, QA team also, DB team also, and DevOps might not be needed. So what team lead will assign this ticket to API person. Normally API person are the responsible one, because they will be doing the most of the work. So let's say dev API 1, this is a developer name. So he lead will assign this ticket to dev API 1. Okay. Now inside this dev API 1, he will create subtask. So this is a parent ticket, but in login page, we need several tasks like UI design, correct? Then table creation. In database, we need to create the table. Then test cases, QA will create their test cases. So he will create subtask. Okay. Who will create? This developer. This ticket was assigned to this developer by his team lead. Then this developer, dev API 1 developer, will create the subtask. Okay. And he will assign the subtask to the respective UI team member. This ticket will go to the UI team. This will go to the DB team. I hope everyone is trying to imagine the way I'm going through. Okay. And this will go to the QA team, some member. Okay. So we have a one ticket. Inside that we will have subtask. Okay. So before starting the Scrum call, this ticket assignment will be there. Fine. Just wait for the question. Let me complete everything. Okay. Yeah, you pick or ticket. Then again, I will ask the question. Fine. So we have created one ticket. In that ticket, this respective developer has created subtask, and that subtask also got assigned to respective developer. So then Scrum Master will start sprint. Now, once sprint started, okay, on 5th August, okay. So on 5th August, what will happen? Every developer will log into the Jira. They will be able to see, every developer will be able to see tickets assigned to them. Okay. Whatever the tickets they have been assigned, subtask, okay, they will be able to see them. So what they will does, they will mark that ticket in progress. Means they are going to start the work on that ticket. So they will mark that ticket as in progress. Okay. Now this is the normal process. So sprint has started. 2 weeks of sprint is there. So we need to complete whatever the work we have got assigned within that 2 weeks of span. Okay. So some developer might get two tickets, some might get one ticket based on the project, how many members are there. So in actual MNC project, you don't get so much of work. Some of you might already be working, or some of you might have heard, like in small companies, we will be busy for 2 straight weeks. But in some proper companies, let's say you will get a work just for 1 day or 2 day. Now for complete 2 week, you just have to work for 2 days, and rest you will write some unit test casing, coverage, and everything. But in some project, you will be busy for whole 2 weeks. That much of work you will be get assigned. So based on the project complexity, or based on the work is there in your project, you will be getting assigned. Okay. So now what happens in these 2 weeks? So every day we will have Scrum call. Okay. Now what we do in the Scrum call? What we are going to do today? What I am working? What I did yesterday? Okay. What I'm working? What I did yesterday? If I'm facing any issue, or if I'm stuck, or facing issue, this type of thing you need to inform. It's like a status call. What are you working? What I have done yesterday? What I'm going to do tomorrow also. If I'm stuck, let's say UI team. So UI team, let's say I'm talking from the UI person. Let's say I'm a UI team. I'm working on the login page. So what I will be telling, like today, I have worked on the UI design part. I'm waiting for the API, right? Because UI team task won't be completed unless API team provides the API to integrate. So what UI member can do does, he will create the UI, he will write all the functions and everything. Once API team provides the URL, he will integrate that, he will test it, then he can mark his ticket in the done state. So that like of status you will be giving in every Scrum call. Now Scrum call will happen every day. Again, there is a catch, like in some project, you will have two Scrum call daily. Means one internal Scrum call. Means only your team. Okay. Or in some project, you will have two Scrum call. One is internal or one is with the client. Okay. So let's say in the morning you have an internal Scrum call just to connect with your individual team, like who is working on what, if someone is facing issue, or manager has to perform, manager has to deliver some news, or he has to check the process, whatever not. Okay. So if you just have a one ticket, so Scrum Master will be taking that. Okay. But if you have two Scrum call, okay, so your manager will be taking that, or respective to every team. Let's say API will have a separate Scrum call, UI will have a separate, QA will have a separate, like that. Or you might have a whole team in a single call also. Based on the project, it might vary. Okay. Now, if there are two calls, so majorly we might have two call with every proper team, which is having at least 20 or 30 members in a team. We will have two call, and one with the client, where client will also take part in the scrum call, because he should be aware like what is going on. If anyone is stuck, if let's say we did the analysis in grooming call and everything, but while development we came across some question again, because everything we cannot do the analysis now. Once we start the work, then also we can come across some questions or queries. So that's why client or BA will take part in the scrum call. If we have any questions, we can ask the question to client or BA directly. So that is the exposure you get when you are working on a proper project. You get to directly talk with the client or BA person, right? So you have a chance to improve your communication, everything. Fine. So scrum call, like what I'm working, what I did yesterday, and we can specify like, so if you are waiting for something or if you are stuck, if you need help also, again, those who are already working, just keep in mind, let's say I talk about me, I have 10 years of experience. But now also, if I face something, I raise my hand. If something is not happening from me, if I'm not getting any clue what I need to do, I'm not getting any solution in particular, I'm stuck anywhere. So I also raise the hand. I will ask my manager or my TL, can you help me in this, or he will check it. Because if I'm not getting anything, I have searched Google, I have tried asking any my fellow developers, or I tried everything, but still I'm not getting. So I will raise my hand that I'm not able to finish this task. I will be needing help. Okay. So whatever your senior is, whoever is your senior, he has to look into it. So those who are in 2 to 3 years of experience, so many developers will, what do we say, they will shy or they will fear like how I can say that I'm not able to do it. So there is nothing wrong. You can always specify like I'm stuck, I will be needing him. If I am doing, the person who is having 10 years of experience, if I can say that, you also can say that. No one is going to judge you. Don't keep anything like in your mind that you cannot say like I'm not able to perform or I'm not able to complete something. You can always face some issue, or you will always find some scenario which you haven't worked, but your senior might be able to guide you on that. So always you need to make sure like try everything, Google everything, whatever possible. Try to ask with your level of workers. Like if you are UI team, try to ask in the UI team. Someone might know, right? If anyone is not and you are not getting anything, you can raise it to your senior. He will look into it. That's his responsibility. Okay. So that those are the things you need to discuss in the Scrum call. So every day, this is the process. So as we said, like let's say we sprint started from 5th August, then we are coming at the 14th or 15th. So normally we said like we are going to have a sprint of 2 weeks, but development time will be given for up to 14 or 15 max, because QA also needs some time to test, right? Because what happens like every developer will keep you his ticket and try to complete by the end of the sprint. So we need to give some time to QA also, because within this 2 weeks also they need to test and they need to with they will raise the defect and again we need to fix it. So everything need to complete by this 2 weeks only. So that's why Scrum Master will, from in a day they will ping you 2 to 3 times. What is the process? What is the status? Are you stuck anywhere? Because it's his responsibility to deliver the whole work in these 2 weeks. Okay. So before starting sprint, we need to put the end due date also. Like by what date I'm going to complete this particular ticket. Okay. So it's a whole process, whole connected. So UI team will contact API team to provide the API. API team will contact DB team to create the table. So everyone work is dependent on everyone another team. So we have to work as a team and collectively we deliver the product within that particular duration of the sprint. Fine. So let's say on 15th August, we completed development. Okay. Then QA will start testing. We deploy it on the QA environment and QA will start testing. Then they will report defects or bugs. Okay. Then we have, let's say 2, 3 days to fix those defects. Okay. Now there might be possible, like let's say we received from 10 tickets, we received around 25 defects. Okay. So from 10 stories, which were worked by every developer, we received around 25 defects. So out of them, within 3 days, we are able to complete only 10 defects. Okay. So again, here, just a quick tip, like if we received this kind of defect, all your manager and all your leads are going to force you to work on Saturday and Sunday, and they will tell you like anyhow we have to complete all these 25 defect in this current sprint only. Obviously we can try, but if it is not possible, there is always, we can defer this defect. Now we have this word defer. Okay, defer means we are carry forwarding this sprint one defect into sprint two. Okay, but it's not like that you should sit ideal and you cannot, you should not do work, and because your TL or manager will be technical, so he might be know like whether these 10 defects were doable and remaining are not doable, they will have an idea, but still they will try to push you so that you will complete at least what max you can complete. But whatever defects are possible, we will complete in the sprint because we need to complete the sprint. Okay. Whatever the defects are not possible in this sprint, we will push it to the sprint two. So sprint one, remaining defect, deferred defect will move to sprint two. Okay. So sprint got closed. After sprint got closed, we will have sprint review meeting. So these are the normal various what we can say milestone we have in the agile. Okay. So once sprint is delivered, development work is done, then deployment also done, sprint got successfully delivered also, environment tested, everything. So in sprint review, what we discuss, what went well, means what we did properly. It's just a again analysis, like what if we have delivered everything properly, what well went, then what went wrong. If something was let's say there are some scenarios we didn't cover while starting the sprint, and in mid of the sprint client has suggested some new requirement. So what kind of discussion, whatever you feel, every developer has to provide their input, like what went well, what went wrong, what we can improve. Just like this point we can provide in the sprint review. Again, scrum master will take this call, all this call scrum master will only initiate. Okay. So in some project, you will have sprint review or you will have sprint retrospective meeting also. So sprint review or retrospective, these are kind of a synonyms, but retrospective call is somewhat on a business level. Okay. They will try to gather the points from the developer, and they will try to change the process how development is going on now based on the points. And again, it's not depend on the sprint one and sprint two. Let's say they will try to gather the point in at least 4 to 5 sprint, then they will change the team structure or they will change the development strategy or something out of retrospective. So it is possible that after every sprint review, after every sprint you will have sprint review, but after every 2 or 3 sprint you will have retrospective meeting. Okay. So this is the whole process you have to follow when you are working in the agile. Again, we took 12, only 10 tickets from this 30. So again, sprint planning meeting, again, this circle, now again coming back to image. So it is an ongoing process. Again, requirement, design, develop, test, again, requirement, design, development. Again, we will select next some tickets along with the defects like that. So this cycle will continue until project is not completed. Okay. So this is how we actually work. Major things like in proper mid scale to MNC, these are the proper milestone and project events or scrum events we have. In some projects, some might skip, but most of the things will be like that. Daily in morning, we will have scrum. We will have a team meeting. Normally, someone call it as a scrum call or just a connect call. Okay. Or sync up call. And in evening we might have a call with client, which is actually scrum call, where scrum master will lead it. In morning call we might not have a scrum master, but in evening call, what is the actual scrum, we will have a scrum master. Like that whole development will be going on. In some project we will have API, UI and QA. DB and DevOps are optional. DB and DevOps work normally does by the API, or a manager or QA manager also takes part of it. But DB normally gets created by API only. But if team is big, project is big, we will have a separate DB. We have our DBA, right? So DBA does everything because they are a specialized database administrator. Fine. So before creating a table also, we need to consult them. Like table, sorry, column. If it is column is necessary or not, everything has to go through the process. Fine. DevOps as in deployment, server creation, instance creation, right? All things will be then your repository creation, mapping that repository, Jenkins, job creation, pipeline creation, everything DevOps will take care. Fine. Let me just how long the project is. It's not what we can say. Based on the project requirement, it will be. It's not specific. Okay. Let me just. So this is what I wanted to explain. I think whatever the development we normally do in while working, these are the processes we follow. Okay. Now we can start with the question, but just one by one. Okay. Yeah. Anyone has any question now? Everyone understood everything? Yeah, you can unmute. What happen when the task is not completed in the given time frame? See, again, I said we have to complete our task anyhow. Okay. But let's say you are facing something. How much duration you will try? Let's say you got a, let's say we talk about drag and drop. Okay. So let's say you have a file upload in your task. Okay. In that file upload, you need to implement drag and drop also. Like we select the image and drag and drop in the zone. So it's something like this is something like which is not a normal development. You might be needing, you might be able to take a help of any third party library or something. This task might need R&D kind of work. You need to analyze, do the analysis like which library you will be using, or that library is paid or not. So most of the time goes into analysis of this. So there might be a possible that within this sprint you are not able to complete. But when you are explaining this to your TL or your Scrum Master, like why this is not able to complete in this sprint, you need to provide proper justification. Like why you are not able to complete this particular ticket in this particular sprint, and we need to move this ticket into the next sprint also.
Mm-hmm.
Just go up with the proper justification. They will move the this ticket to next sprint also. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
But if it is a normal task, you just have to create a form, you just need to integrate an API. No one is going to allow you to do that. You have to complete it anyhow. Based on the complexity only, it is possible.
And is there any repercussions, like if we have not completed in the given time frame and that particular thing
See,
has?
let's say in a let's say in a sprint one, you didn't complete one ticket that got spilled into the next sprint. Okay. You completed that. But again, from the sprint two, you have one ticket which is not completed. Then you will be noticed.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
Right? Na?
Right. Right. Right.
Then someone will ask you like why you are not performing. Then there will be a question. Fine. So it is okay to spill the ticket to the next sprint, but it should not be happening in every sprint.
Mm.
You take help from your friend, you ask your senior, doesn't matter. You need to complete that.
Okay.
Okay. So before starting sprint only, do your proper analysis, come up with the question. Explicitly, you can specify like these are the blockers or these are the issues we can face, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So Scrum Master will also, he won't assign any more tickets to you. He will assign only one ticket to you
Mm.
because you have already explained like these are the issues we might face. So that is what we need to do in the analysis.
Okay.
So analysis is the important part here. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Next one.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, Mal.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, Our company started using Angular latest version 18 to create a project from scratch.
Yeah, see, if the project is starting now,
Yes.
okay, obviously they are going to choose 18. Okay. But what every company does now,
Uh,
doesn't matter what the project initially started. Let's say last year my project started with Angular 12. Then
okay.
Angular 14 came, so we migrated our project to Angular 14, then 15, then 16. So whatever the Angular new version is coming now, we migrate our project. We can migrate our Angular project version to newest version, correct? By by updating.
It is difficult to migrate in Angular latest version because lots
It
of
is
changes.
difficult, but it's not impossible, na? Obviously, Angular team has taken care of everything, correct?
Okay. Okay.
It is, yeah, obviously because we have standalone and everything.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
app
Angular.
module will be removed and
That
every
model
all
will
those
deleted.
module will.
We need to
So it's not
modify.
impossible, na?
We
Right?
need to modify in app routes. Means our
Right.
config.ts.
Yeah. So it's not impossible.
Uh,
Specific time every team will get. What happens is
okay.
normally they will cut out a branch. Parallelly,
Hmm.
they will do the work, and whatever the new work we are doing, we will migrate to that. We will merge that to the older version also. They will what they will does, they will create two teams.
Okay.
Okay. So one team
And
will
yes,
work
yes.
on just migration,
Okay.
same project, right?
Okay.
And second team, what they will does current work.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Implementation,
So
proper
one team is
implementation.
just migrating your project to Angular team, and current
Yes,
developer, current work, every task which is approved and which is going to be merged to the current development branch, they will have to merge to this branch also, so that your migration branch will also be updated. Got it?
yes, yes.
So once
And
it is
one
finally
more.
work, then they will
uh,
not use the development. Yeah.
Okay, sir. One more question. Is Angular unit testing will means improve our application progress?
See,
Means-
now unit test cases. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
so many were asking like unit test case, how we write and everything.
Hmm.
Anyone has heard about GitHub Copilot?
Uh, yes.
Who has heard
Yes.
GitHub Copilot? What do we use for GitHub? I mean, what we can do with GitHub Copilot? What is GitHub Copilot?
Sir,
I
it will
heard.
write automatically test cases for our codes. We need to
Again,
select and we need to give.
what else? Yeah. What else it can does? GitHub Copilot. What else it
Sir,
can
if you
do?
give the requirements, it will generate a code automatically, sir.
Okay. So see,
There's like ChatGPT.
yeah. So see, everyone is from the moment AI is there, everyone is saying like AI is going to eat the job of developers. Everyone has heard this. So GitHub Copilot is actually doing that. Okay, I will just quickly tell you how. And
Uh,
it's not like that every job developer has to fear it. But if you
uh,
don't learn Copilot, then you will be some not now, but within 5 years you are just going to get out of the market. Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
So
And by your point of view, how much code coverage is required
yeah,
to?
I will come to that. So
Yes,
first,
yes.
whatever you can do with ChatGPT, ChatGPT is a web-based tool. You can provide a query to that. He will suggest you the code. But Copilot is a Windows application, kind of application which can be installed in your system. Okay. Then by adding just hash, let's say you are in a test case file. Okay. And you will say, write a test case for a function from your component. Let's say get results or something function is there in your component, which has two parameter and it returns integer value. Something instruction you need to provide. He will check that function from the component.s and he will write the test case also. Okay.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
you don't actually need to write or you don't actually, those who are working in a proper MNC, not just wait for some time. Every, but GitHub is Copilot is paid one. So not every company is going to purchase that. Okay. Because with just little bit searching, you can write the code because Copilot is not that much. Companies has to pay so much because they have to purchase the license also. Okay.
Exactly.
So that is paid one. So not every company is going to purchase that. But writing unit test kit is not a big thing. If you just Google something or what I normally does. Now we in our project we have Copilot, so we don't have to worry. But previously, what I used to do, same code, whatever I have, because we work in VDF, so we cannot copy paste and put that code in the ChatGPT. No one should do that also.
Exactly.
Okay, no one should copy their code and put it in a Google or somewhere, anywhere. You should not capture the image of your code also. So just try
Exactly.
to write your code and put that, means in a notepad you can write the code by saying whatever in your personal laptop or personal PC, and ask ChatGPT to write a test case. Whatever the code you will ChatGPT will suggest, then you can write. It will cover most of the line. Okay. So
Thank you.
don't waste time in test case. But in all industry project, test case are mandatory.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anyone aware about Sonar? What is Sonar?
It's a tool for
Yeah. What it does?
QA.
No.
It will run the
We
test
have
cases.
67 member. No one is working in MNC. Sonar. Working guys. Anyone aware about Sonar?
Code quality something is there.
Something vulnerability check every sprint. They will run that code. I think
Yeah. So see,
they'll check the
Sonar is a
Quality
tool.
analysis.
Yeah. So Sonar is a tool which analyze your code. Okay. By analysis mean what it will does? It will check commented code, duplicate code, duplicate imports, everything. It will analyze all your code, whatever the code whatever the current branch you are it will analysis that code and it will create a report. Okay. So MNC, let's say, if we talk about Mercedes-Benz, this is a client. Okay. Mercedes-Benz has provided one of their project to, let's say, TCS. Okay. So while doing a contract, everyone aware about like how IT industry work. Client will do the contract with company. Company will provide them billing of as per the resources, lines of code what we write, as per that billing will get generated. Okay. Everyone aware like how billing work? What number of lines or what number of code we write? Okay. Number of lines into that formula is there. What number of lines we write, based on that some calculation will happen, and like that our billing will generate. Some will follow that, or some will directly specify like within this project, for complete this project I'm going to give this much amount. Okay. So while in that contract, client will specify like you need to use the Sonar. So by implementing Sonar in our GitHub and everything, Sonar will analysis of, and do the analysis of code. It will check like, let's say we declared let and const. It's a normal scenario. How we can declare the variable? By using let and const. Let's say we are in a normal function. Okay. We created a variable using let. In a normal function, we have created a variable, local variable with let. But that let variable, we didn't change anywhere. So was it right to use let?
No.
Everyone got it? What I
Got
explained?
it. Yes, yes.
Function print something is there. Inside this local function, we created a normal local variable. Let name is equal to something. Okay. And we have so many lines of code. But after the so many lines of code, we never change the value of this name. So while creating this variable, should we use constant or let?
Const.
Correct. So this
Yes.
kind of mistake also Sonar will analysis, and it will put that report, put that
Correct.
mistake in a report. So you
Actually,
understood this is a
I have a
actual
question,
scenario.
once if we declare a variable, uh, means outside the function, okay, then how which means keyword it takes, let or const by default?
You're talking about Angular?
Yes.
No, in Angular,
Fine.
we cannot declare by let and const, na? Globally,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? In a
It's
function
black
only we
scope.
can declare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So fine. So Sonar is a tool which will analysis your code. Like, agree, you have written the code which is performing properly also, and it will check the complexity also. So can we minify that code? If we are using for loop also, na, it will suggest the error, like don't use for loop.
Okay.
So means consider if you have a sonar in your project now, while writing your code, while declaring any single variable also, you should be careful.
Oh, while writing only, it's showing
No,
errors.
no. Yeah, I mean, there are some tools also, while writing only, it will suggest. But
Okay.
normally it does whenever you push the code to branch, because Sonar will be installed on the server. On the server, it will check the code once you push it, right?
Right.
But there are some tools also in VS Code also, we have some tools, Sonar tools, which will, while writing also, they will suggest you, like, you should not use this approach like that.
Okay.
Not everything, but it will suggest you some warnings also.
Great.
Okay.
Great to know.
So after development now, you need to specifically work on the Sonar issues also.
Oh,
It's a really pain in the, if you get work on the Sonar issues, your life
yeah.
is hell. You won't find the solution in Google, ChatGPT, anywhere you won't find the issue. Let's say we started project right now, and from the first day we are fixing and we are writing proper code with the Sonar, then it is okay. But let's say last year project started, and now yesterday client decided that we need our code Sonar, with Sonar
Okay.
also. Then
Using
your
solar,
life is, yeah, then better you should change the project, or you can leave your current company. Okay, that is the only option you have then.
Exactly. We need to rewrite the code again.
Rewrite the code, and that code again you need to test it also. It should not break the existing
Exactly.
functionality.
Exactly.
Again, that code might be written by someone else and he is not in the company now. And let's say that function is around 20 lines. How you are going to reproduce? How you are going to know like what scenarios he has taken care while development? So
Wow.
consider,
terrible.
I have seen many people dropping paper also when client decided to suddenly go for the Sonar. Because normally company also try to convince client, because in this state we cannot do Sonar verification. But some client are like that, because they have also some architect. He will tell, no, we have to go for the Sonar. Okay.
Mm.
So be aware about the Sonar. Fine. So Sonar is the most dangerous tool we should be concerned about.
Cheta, Veracode is also a tool, Cheta.
Sorry?
Veracode.
Vera code, I'm not aware, man.
Actually, in our application, some Sonar is there, Veracode is there. So I just want to ask.
No, I'm not aware about Vera code. Might be same, just like Sonar, we might have some other tools also.
Mhm.
Fine. Anyone
Yeah.
else regarding
sir.
this? Yeah, Raj.
Sir, a team leader while assigning a task to their developers, sir,
Hmm.
how will they will assign? For example, in a team we have 2 years experience and fresher, and 10 years, 5 years experience. Uh, how they will assign a task?
Okay, how I will assign?
Okay.
See, uh, a team lead will have understanding of the team member he has, right? How many experience who has and like that, right? So let's say if
Yes.
I know that ticket is not, let's say simple UI design is there, right? So team lead will assign you the task based on your knowledge and the based on your work experience you have. But in the starting, they will assign you very minimum work. But once you are settled down, you will be getting work respective of the knowledge or everything. You need to learn the application quickly as it is possible. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. They will
Okay, sir.
consider, but learn the project as fast as you can, because anytime, let's say client decided they want some urgent deliveries and every other developer is also busy, and still we have one ticket which is a major functionality. So you will be getting assigned that ticket, even though you don't have proper knowledge or experience. That
And
might
who will
come same.
provide the estimation for the
Estimation, see, again, I forgot the estimation.
Yeah.
So in sprint planning, after sprint planning, I forgot that. So we have one meeting or sprint planning. In the sprint planning, we'll see. We discuss every ticket, and while discussion, story owners, sorry, has to provide the points. Okay, story points, what we call as the story point.
Yes.
So story points as in, so when we have a in Jira we have a application that is Joker, so which allows us to throw the story points. Okay, someone will use Joker or someone will use another just to store through the story point, or someone in some team they will directly ask the team to tell the like how many story point we need. Let's say one story point, two story point, 3, 5, 7, like that. Some story points are there.
It's Fibonacci series.
Sorry, 3 is
It's
there,
a
no?
Fibonacci series.
Yeah. Okay, so
Mhm.
one will be like let's say 12 hours or something is there. Two story point again, let's say greater. Okay, like development cycle.
Usually it is 8 hours only, no? For one story.
Whatever, just an example I'm telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, one story mean one day normally. Then two story point, let's say 3 days or something like that. With every team we will have something. Okay, so like
Okay.
this we have to specify the time. We only specify the time, but it is in the proper project, MNC project. But if you are in the mid scale, your team lead will throw your point. No one will ask you the estimation. Okay, in mid scale this might happen, like no one will ask you estimation. They will decide that you need to complete this ticket in within 1 or 2 days. You cannot do anything over there. But in proper MNC you can showcase, you can throw your points, like how many estimation or how many days you are going to need, but you need to justify that also.
Oh.
This sprint planning call will be for, let's say, in proper project it will be for minimum 2 hours. In again, if a team is long, it might goes for 4 hour also. So all the 10 tickets, whatever we have discussed, including subtask and everything, we have to provide the estimation. Okay, like that we do. Yeah, anyone else?
So in Scrum call, team leader will only attend, or the developers also attend the meetings.
No,
Or just
again, see, some projects might be there where you are not supposed to attend the Scrum call. Normally, team lead, manager, respective team lead will attend, but it's very, in almost all the project, everyone has to attend the Scrum call. Everyone.
okay. Sir.
Okay, means
Oh.
from small scale to mid scale to MNC also, everyone has to attend the Scrum call. Fine.
Fine.
Anyone else has any question? So,
And in retrospective, what they will discuss about?
retrospective, it's like how project is going. Do we need to change the process? How we are moving? How we are developing this project? Like we are going to have 2 weeks of sprint or
Oh.
3 weeks of sprint, like that things. Overall project discussions will be taken care.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else? Sorry, if you're talking, not able to hear you, or you can message. Okay, so if, yeah, when is the project start? Means, sorry, I didn't get your question.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to know, is this one, is it like an Angular class, or is it like
No, I think
like
you got it wrong. This session was only to aware like how actually IT companies work, how we
Mhm.
work on the projects. This was not related to any particular project. I was just going through the process, like how development works in proper MNC companies. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that one.
Chetan,
Yeah, Venki.
And
Chetan, I have
after
a
this,
question.
like
Yeah.
you hear me? I say after these sessions
Yeah.
will it be like another sessions or?
Yeah, I mean every Friday I try to take sessions. You are in the group now. Just be in that group. You will get notified.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Venki.
hello Chetan.
Yeah.
Like I want to explore some advanced Angular concepts. Like from your channel, which projects I have to do on concepts like from your
See,
channel. Like,
project, any project you can choose,
okay.
but try to use whatever advanced things are there. The way I might have taken while explaining the video is considering everyone should understand, right? But while
Yeah, yeah,
development, you
that's
can choose
yeah.
your way, right? Create a
Okay.
proper folder structure, implement interceptor, try to use reactive form, services, generic service, try to create pipe, try to create reusable component, right? Just take the
Yeah,
project
yeah.
scenario, but you can use whatever things you can like.
Okay.
Okay.
Concept wise, I have to use the project. So,
It's based on the like what complexity. Like e-commerce is the easiest one. We don't have to do anything. In e-commerce, you can, if you want to just do the e-commerce, do the website part and the admin part also, right? Just like
yeah.
that also you can do.
Can you help like some like which is the major projects from your channel? Like, there is
E-commerce
a
is
bunch of projects I found.
uh,
So
okay. Now just
So,
message me. I will provide you the list like what you can implement.
so in
okay,
last session,
thank you. Thank you.
I asked you to
Yeah.
create Excel sheets for these
Excel sheet.
topics. Based on the topics, because in your channel we have more videos. I'm
Okay.
very
Okay. I'll
difficult to
go.
find.
Sorry. Yeah. Wait.
Difficult to
Actually,
find
what
them.
I'm now, this website is there, a mini project idea. Here
Nice.
I'm working on, someone is working on this website. There you will be able to find everything in a proper way. Just wait for some 1 or 2 weeks. A new version I will be publishing. There you will find it everything in a proper way. Okay.
Okay.
Chetan,
So can you make a detailed session on a GitHub? So?
GitHub, like consider like everyone should be aware. But what you
But
are
no, sir.
expecting in GitHub?
How in MNC they will use GitHub? I am asking that.
Same thing. See, in GitHub,
Oh,
what MNC will does, they will provide you the access of the repository like GitHub or Bitbucket, whatever they have, or Azure. So what you normally does, let's say you start working on the ticket, you create a new branch from
nice.
whatever the branch they said, you will work on that branch, you will raise a PR. In some project, what you will does, you will just verify the code. In small project, you will verify your code by showing the code to your teammate. And then you can directly push if you have only one branch. Okay. But in some
Oh,
companies, you need to raise the PR. You will share your PR with your TL. He will review your code. And once he will approve, then you can merge it like that.
no.
So there is nothing major things. Okay.
Chetan, the GitHub is not loaded. The source code not available in your GitHub.
Which project?
Basically, last video we have last session, Angular session. That is
Last
not
last
last.
Angular session was not there. It was just interview discussion. So that didn't record it. This I have recorded.
Before 2 weeks before, I think. But
Logic development. It was
yeah,
there.
can
Logic
you open
development.
your GitHub?
See, this was their logic development. Then Angular debug app also was there, live session. These are the last two session. Logic development live session and the how. Okay, NGRX was also there. This live session almost I have uploaded. Just last one I didn't record. It was just the interview discussion.
Chetan, do you
Event
have any
booking.
video uploaded for unit testing for Jasmine and Karma, right?
I didn't do
You
it.
told you will. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were telling to you were going to cover that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I will, because scenarios need to be created, what kind of functions and how we write those, right? I will try.
Okay.
First,
And
like
for
we need
GitHub,
to
this, yeah,
first we need to
sorry,
complete this NGRX also. We did
yes,
the
yes,
basic thing only. Now we have to
yes,
see
yes.
how we do that with API integration, everything. Then micro frontend. Then I will do the test case.
Okay.
Hi,
So
Chetan.
for this GitHub Copilot, right?
Yeah.
So are you going to upload videos
No,
on
GitHub
this?
Copilot is paid version. I will see like how it is going, how much it is for a normal developer, but it is a paid tool.
I mean, how it works like that. Okay.
It's actually it's very easy. How we prompt ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I open the project. Let's say in my system I have GitHub Copilot installed. Okay. So what I will does, let's say this is my component. In this component, I don't have anything.
Chetan, in your YouTube channel, you have signals and image optimization concepts are there in YouTube channel. Hello.
Yeah. Just let me complete. So see, let's say
Mm-hmm.
in my system, GitHub Copilot is there. We have this function on edit. Okay. So
Okay.
if I have to write the test case for this, so what I will does I will go to my test case and here / or some let's say in my project we have specified / I will provide the instruction, write test case for,
So,
I have to copy the
okay.
name of
So
my
here
function.
you want to provide the instruction or in the
Yeah, here only
terminal?
you need to provide. So
Okay.
write test case for this function, which has parameter and whatever we have code over here, just a basic info we need to specify, and it will provide the suggestion in a dialog box. Then you can copy and paste it over here. Just like whatever you do in the chat GPT, just like that you will prompt over here.
Okay. Can you show me this by completing this?
Yeah, but I don't have the paid version now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Sorry.
GitHub Copilot is paid one. We need to purchase, then only it will work.
Yeah, just now in my organization they have given permission, so
Yeah, so
I'm not able to configure it. Yeah.
just try any YouTube video. Many
Okay.
people have created. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very easy. You don't have to actually learn test case also. It is within some second, it will be automatically written. And it will write, if you just write it now, write test case for
Mm-hmm.
whole component also now, it will write everything. You don't need to
Okay.
do anything. Basic code it will write. But again, let's say whatever the code you have write, and if you have sonar, again, some lines are not covered, again, you need to modify that. Okay. Again,
But
sonar.
according to
Sonar will also check what number of
Mhm.
lines you have now. If this line is covered, if this line is covered, if this line is covered, Sonar will verify that also. Means if you have written the
Okay.
coverage for this
Mhm.
line or this line or not, it will specify there also.
It will give you the whole coverage. Okay.
Right.
In
Whole
terms of
coverage,
percentage of
line by line.
okay.
One session sonar.
So one Chetan, like
Chetan, which
there's one another thing like SNCC for security, right?
Which one?
Other than this,
Hmm.
SNCC, SNYK, right? Some security issues like
In Sonar, you are
they-
saying
no, not Sonar.
Hmm.
SNCC
SNYK
for security. Yeah.
like this?
Yes.
It's a tool or what?
It's a some code security purpose.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
same thing in Sonar, we get hotspot. Those
okay.
who have used. So in Sonar, we have hotspot. So hotspot, again, we have hotspot, code smell. Okay, then we have duplicates like that. Some sections are there. So after analysis of code, if your code is not secure, there is a security flaw. Let's say you are using regular expression or you are
Yeah, some kind of
printing HTML
vulnerabilities. Okay.
vulnerabilities. You are printing HTML and that HTML might have some way to provide injection. So this kind of thing will come in the hotspot. We need to fix it immediately. Just like that, this
Or
tool might be
issue and
there.
all, right?
Yeah, course, everything. Whatever might compromise the security of your application. Those kind of issue, Sonar will check and it will notify in the hotspot. Just like that, this might be another tool.
Okay,
Again, Sonar
just
is also paid one, so
okay.
industry has to pay. But similar other tools are also there, which are less costly. So based on the client budget, they will choose the tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
any free tool available like SonarQube?
I didn't explore, but I think Sonar for some extent we can use
Yeah, it's
with free also.
kind of yeah. Nick is also paid version, right?
Huh?
Nick is also a paid version.
Not sure. Sonar in the previous project I have implemented with some basic things we can check. Free version is also there. Yeah.
So-
Anyone else? Yaraj.
So when will you upload Angular 18 series in English?
Okay, English. Yeah. I have started. Some part I have completed. Within next week I will release it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fine. Anyone else has any question, or we can wrap this up?
Hello.
Yep.
Chetan, is signals and image optimization class is also conducted one section in Angular.
Sorry. Signal.
Signal and image optimization.
Signal with image optimization.
Yes.
Signal doesn't has to do anything with image optimization.
Conducted one.
Signal and image optimization. No, in Angular 18 we have something for image optimization. Something new feature is there.
Is Angular 15 also started is there or some controls? Angular 15.
I will check if we have something. I will make a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. So if anyone does no questions are there, we can close this. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you, Chetan.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thanks, Chetan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you all.
Are you post this class into YouTube or